Hey guys, did you ever see those commercials from the 80s, those micro machine commercials where the guy talks like this and then you're supposed to understand what he said? Sometimes when you go to the urologist's office, it feels like they're talking that fast. Let's talk about why that is, why your urologist doesn't have a ton of time. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Dr. Segal here. So the question is, it feels like my urologist doesn't have a ton of time to talk to me. Why is he or she in so much of a rush? I just want to tell you kind of the way a urology practice typically works in a little bit of detail to help answer this question. And at the end, I'm going to give you kind of my one empowerment tip for how you can kind of be heard in a urology office. All right. This is one of the reasons we created, UroCoach is exactly this problem so that patients have a resource and practices have a resource that they can help answer their patient questions through UroCoach. But to be clear, urologists are some of the busiest, if not the busiest, medical practitioners, medicine doctors slash surgeons in the United States of America. Some urologists can see the amount of patients they see in the day is extremely varied, but it can vary between 40 and 100 patients a day. For that reason, oftentimes we rely very heavily on our office staff, our nurses in the office, our nurse practitioners, our physician assistants as kind of like our tentacles to disseminate this information to patients. One of the questions we get asked all the time is, well, if you guys see so many patients, why don't you just cut down how many patients you see? And then that'll make it so you can spend more time with each patient. And that is absolutely true. But the problem is that it's very difficult to get people to postpone when they want to be seen relatively quickly. And I'm completely sympathetic to that. When I'm ill or when I have a family member that's ill, I want them to be seen as soon as possible. So if we were to kind of cut down how many people we saw, it would greatly increase the waiting time for a field where there's only a few urologists and a ton of people to start with. Also, there's a lot of problems that we see that patients should get seen quickly because it's super important. Stones that are obstructing the flow of urine, patients that can't pee, patients with blood in the urine, patients with cancers of the urinary tract, not to mention kind of all these acute problems, abscesses of the scrotum, all sorts of things that pop up. So there are a number of things, while some of them can wait a little while, a lot of them just can't wait. And this is the one thing I kind of hate to break it to everybody. It's the problem is not going to change. The population is aging. The number of urologists is not increasing to facilitate this population or satisfy this population. So this is my pearl of wisdom and the tip that I give a lot of people on how they can be heard in the urology office. Try to find an ally in that office. So somebody that you struck up a good conversation with, somebody that knows you personally, whether this is somebody in the front office, ideally one of the nurse practitioners or physician assistants, one of the back office people, one of the nurses, somebody that you've talked to directly, and try to develop that relationship with them, because your ability to get that one-on-one time with the urologist is going to be very difficult. And I don't know if there's a good solution to be able to get you to have that one-on-one time with the urologist. But these kind of tentacle positions, the advanced practice providers, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, nurses, front office staff, oftentimes they can answer the question that you have with a lot of experience and accuracy because they've answered this question a million times before. And oftentimes they're kind of functioning as our surrogate, as our eyes and ears and our voice. And if there's ever a situation where they're not sure what the answer is, whether directly or indirectly, the question gets bumped up to us. So usually when you get an answer from them, It's authorized by us one way or another. And oftentimes these nurse practitioners and physician assistants are very adept at answering these questions at an extremely high level. So try to create an ally in that urology office anywhere you can, because the whole office talks and it will be beneficial to you to be able to do something like that. Anyway, I hope that's helpful to you. I hope that kind of gives you an idea for why urologists are so busy and how to navigate the urology office to be able to advocate for yourself. We're trying to empower you for sure. Thank you so much for listening. We certainly appreciate it. We release new videos every week. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys.